Welcome back to another DMC5 video. This will be the Hell and Hell difficulty, so it should be the final push for many of you. We've still got Bloody Palace to do and Virgil's playthrough, but they're fairly easy with my guidance. This is perhaps the only tricky thing left to do. So you've got my text guide in the description, as I've mentioned in all the past videos. So if you want a text guide for this, you just want to look forward or just try to read again anything which I mentioned and you may have forgot, just look at my text guides. So the build you want for this mission, guys, the Prologue, as you saw me select there. Yeah, we've got 1 time Jabira, 2 times Buster Arm, and then you're just going to repeat that formation. So 1 Jabira, 2 Buster Arm, 1 Jabira, 2 Buster Arm, and just repeat that. So just a bit of an intro on Hell and Hell mode, and as I've done in the previous vids, I just give you like an intro at the start of each mission, just let you know what you can expect, stuff to look out for, some good tips to help, and then sort of leave you to it. So yeah, just first thing on the Prologue, guys, it doesn't matter. Well, obviously you don't want to take damage. If you take damage, you're going to lose some of your bonus. Yeah, because Hell and Hell mode, you die in 1 hit, but the enemies have got their Son of Sparda sort of health pool. Yeah, it's sort of set on Son of Sparda, but you die in 1 hit. And if you die, you're going to lose most of your bonus. It doesn't matter so much on the Prologue, because on this Prologue, if you defeat the boss, you automatically get 15,000 points. And that pretty much guarantees an S rank, as long as you're not using a super suit. So yeah, you can make a few mistakes on the Prologue, because we're going to be killing the boss, it's going to give you 15,000 points. So that's not too bad. It's all the other missions you need to look out for. So yeah, how is Hell and Hell compared to all the other difficulties? So that's, as I said, you die in 1 hit. But also you deal only 50% damage compared to what you do on human, and you have only 50% of the defense you have on human as well. I tested these numbers in the training area, by the way, because the training area actually reflects what difficulty you're on, and it actually changes the enemies depending on that. Okay, so yeah, most missions we need to try and do without getting hit at all, because we're mainly focusing on the no damage bonus on this. You die in 1 hit anyway, so may as well just go for the no hit bonus, you know, the no damage bonus, which doubles your score. And because of that, on the V missions, we're actually going to be using auto assist. On all my other difficulties, I actually didn't use auto assist with V, but on this one, because you're going for no damage, you can actually get away with, you can use it, and it actually makes it a little bit easier for him. Because it's got auto assist on, you'll be doing a lot more damage with your, you know, with your pets, and you can focus more on dodging yourself. Whereas trying to dodge and deal maximum damage, you know, from all different types of combos with auto assist off, it's more tricky. But that makes it a bit easier. But we'll touch on him when we get to him. So yeah, get this mission done, guys. Like I said, as long as you kill the boss, I mean, if you made any mistakes, you should more or less still get an S rank. I mean, if you use to continue, you lose your bonus. Your no damage bonus, and you get sort of like a penalty, like a 0.8 penalty of your normal score. But at 15,000 points, you should more or less still get an S rank. Just be ready for when you down the boss, because once you down him, you're going to quickly get close, and you're also saving your devil trigger for that as well, by the way. Yeah, get close, use the Jabira mid-air breakage, then use 2 Buster Arm breakages for maximum damage, and then go into Devil Trigger and then just attack him as much as possible. And hopefully you'll kill him within 2 knockdowns, guys, as long as you're quick. Remember, you can get Jabira mid-air breakage and 2 Buster Arm breakages, and then some Devil Trigger damage in before you respawn to Crystal. So yeah, go through this, guys, and I'll come back at the start of mission 1. Okay, so mission 1 next, guys. Oh yeah, and I didn't say, to get a S rank on Hell in Hell mode, you need 5,500 points at a minimum. Same as Son of Sparta. So yeah, you need 5,500 points at the end screen, guys, for a S rank on Hell in Hell. Yeah, so mission 1, you want 3 times overtures, you want 1 time Buster Arm, then 3 times overtures and another Buster Arm. That's how you want this set up. Because what you'll find, normally after you've placed about three of the overture breakage inside the boss, you know where you use that and you put a bomb inside him. Normally after about 3 it will knock him down, and that gives you an opportunity to use the Buster Arm breakage for maximum damage, and you can go back to the overtures bombs and then another Buster Arm breakage, which should more or less finish him off. You can avoid all the enemies in this mission, just sprint straight to the boss, no need to bother trying to kill anybody. It's a quick one, so if you do take damage, just restart it. Shouldn't be much of a problem. You don't need to worry about your score, because if you do no damage you'll get a double bonus. Just watch out, when the boss has about half HP left, he will spawn one of the Hell Antinorus. Almost forgot the name, it's actually been a while since I've played this. This is an old video. I just not had a chance to add commentary to it yet. Yeah, about half HP, he'll spawn a Hell Antinora. Should be ready for that. When you close, watch out, he'll either do a swipe, or if you see one of the spikes sparkle for a second, that means he's going to try and like stab you. If that happens, you need to move left or right to avoid it. As long as you keep jumping and moving left to right, it should be fine. But yeah, just don't stay too close to its heart for too long. If you want to put a bomb in it, just move close, put a bomb, and get out of the way. And then get ready to dodge your next attack, and then choose another bomb if you want to. And as you see there, once you use so many bombs, you'll knock the boss down, and you can use the Buster Arm breakage for massive damage. If you want to take care of the Hell Antinora easily, just use your blue rose from a distance. And yeah, that's it guys, pretty much. I mean, the boss is pretty much dead now. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. 1 bomb inside it. It should be TKO. Yeah, so next up will be mission 2. I think we're just going to lead straight into that one. Yeah, and there we go. If you want to play it much safer, you could just keep shooting it from a distance. But it's not too difficult to avoid its attacks.
Hey, tough guy. That'll keep him, but not for long.
Right, jump in the Uber that you called. And yeah, mission 2. So mission 2, the boss at the end is the Goliath, if you remember. And this one as well, we're going to try and get through the whole thing without taking damage. Mission 2, you just want a magazine full of Jabiras. Yeah, just a magazine full of Jabiras for this mission. Because once you get into a hotel, the Jabira works really well, the mid-air breakage, because it bounces off all the walls. And it'll kill a lot of the enemies inside the confines of the hotel very, very quickly. Yeah, so just lob a full magazine of Jabiras in, that's all you need. And there's how many gauntlets in this? Altogether before the boss, you've got... There's 4 gauntlets altogether, which you have to fight the enemies. There is a 5th gauntlet, but you can avoid it by jumping over where the road falls down. You've probably seen me on my previous playthroughs, on the difficulties. If you jump across the road, you completely avoid that gauntlet. So it's not actually too difficult. So yeah, just get through this guys. I'll come back just before that skip you can do. To avoid the 5th gauntlet. And then I'll just give some pointers for the boss fight. So yeah, crack on guys, and I'll see you a bit closer to the end of the mission.
doing in a city like this? Not making it easy for me, huh? Trying to stop me. Whatever shall I do? Huh. Yeah, I can make this work. Just hack my way through. He doesn't seem like a demon to me. Wait, which way did I come from again? This again? Run from this! Let's get airborne. Riding high. Let's get airborne. Getting really sick of this stupid tree. Riding high. Man, getting sick of this.
Yeah, so it's after you take this on your way back to where you have to put the Nidhogg hatchling inside to remove the barrier, the road will collapse. But if you jump up high on this road on the left, where the side of this broken apartment, you can jump straight across the gauntlet spawn area and avoid it altogether, guys. Come straight over to here, place a hatching, and that removes the barrier. Alright, so now to get ourselves ready for the boss fight.
This new arm is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I think all I use is pretty much Jabira. Just give yourself a full magazine of Jabiras. Yeah, they're really helpful for dodging the boss. And you can actually use the mid-air breakage when you're inside the church for quite a bit of damage. Yeah, so just again take a full magazine of Jabiras. And this boss ain't too difficult. You're just going to kill it from distance, guys, with blue rose. Remember, try and do this with no damage. Yeah, it's good from distance. Keep using blue rose. No need to charge it up fully. Just charge up to sort of the first tier, the first charging tier, and then use that. Gives you more DPS. The final charge does do quite a nice chunk of stagger damage, but you're just looking at DPS, guys. Always try to triple jump if you can. Makes it more likely to avoid his attacks. Just watch out when he does go inside. It's a very small area. We can normally trigger him onto his next phase very, very quickly if you just drop inside and use Jabira mid-air breakage. Use quite a few of them. You can also, of course, use your devil trigger. Yeah, just watch out because you always lob a pillar at you to begin with. And when you do enough damage and he jumps in the corner and tries to do a suction attack, you can just stand outside and get some free hits in. If you ever do get caught in the suction attack, guys, use a destroy one of your breaker arms. Yeah, one of your arms. I forget the name of the move. Oh, it's breakaway. That's it. Yeah, use a breakaway. If you ever do get caught sucked in, you can either use devil trigger to stop it, or use a breakaway where you press a button and you instantly destroy it. That will stop yourself getting sucked in into his belly. Yeah, but then once he's outside, guys, just same again. Just keep shooting him with your gun. Get him ready to triple jump if you need to. Watch out for his charges. They come in very, very quickly. And if you don't react quick enough, you might not get enough distance on your jump to avoid it. Yeah, it's not too difficult. It's not too difficult. So yeah, get through this, guys, and I'll see you on mission 3.
How about we wreck this? Let's get her.
Mission 3 up next. So in this one you're going to take a magazine full of Jabira again, because again they work well indoors. But you want to take a buster arm on the second slot, because once you reach the Lusser Cheer, you know, that sort of round teleporting enemy which can it will charge up like an explosion around you, and if you don't attack it quick enough or get away, it will explode. Yeah, there'll be one of them in there. And you've got a buster arm ready, you can actually just use that instantly, the break edge, and kill it in one go. So it just works really well with getting rid of that enemy quickly. So yeah, a magazine full of Jabira, but take a buster arm on the second slot, guys. I think I've taken on the wrong one. Did I took on the first slot by mistake? Oh yeah, never mind. Yep, and you're just going to save that for when you get inside, guys. So yeah, to get through this, I'll come back near the end. So it's not too bad. Again, we're just trying to do this without taking damage. Like I say, use the buster arm on the Lussachi enemy on the first gauntlet from when you get inside the sewers. You know which one I mean because you'll see me use it. And I'll come back to you for the boss, guys, give you some pointers on the boss.
I think I'll handle the closer one first. Gotta start somewhere. there for? So this Clyfod. Screw it. We're taking this fucking thing down. Great. Now the roots are in my way. Right now. These roots have to be coming from somewhere. Bingo. You want me to follow you? No way, asshole. You bring that shit to me. Without strength, you can't protect anything. I know that.
There's no such thing as too prepared.
Yeah, so that's the setup you want, guys, for the boss. Jabira, Buster Arm, Jabira, Buster Arm, and then 4 Jabiras. The Buster Arms are for when you knock it down. But your Jabira will come in very, very useful here for dodging most of its attacks. Its attacks are quite easy to dodge, I find, on this enemy. Obviously, with practice, but I don't think it takes too much practice. It's more so, it's a kind of an annoying boss fight, because, you know, attacks cover a large range of the screen. Just one little mistake will normally get you hit, so you've got to be very, very careful. Yeah, so projectiles. Sometimes you run in the wrong direction or something, that means you're going to get hit. But yeah, just keep running from left to right, using the first charge on the blue rose. You're going to save your devil trigger for when it goes into the middle of the screen and starts floating up, and you have to deal a lot of damage, you know, before it does that massive attack. But you will likely knock it down one time before that happens. That's why we took a Jabira, Buster Arm, and then another Jabira and Buster Arm. Watch out for any of the orbs it spawns. You want to kill them straight away, and also when it spawns its 2 little helpers, its 2 little drones, try to get rid of them as soon as possible. And watch out for the rings, which the 2 little drones can shoot at you. If you're not looking, they can come from off screen and sort of attack you from behind. So you want to get rid of the 2 drones as soon as possible when they appear. And just keep attacking it. Like I say, you'll probably knock the boss down before it floats up into the middle. just because it's got so much more health, but I guess the stagger damage is perhaps very similar to the difficulties. Yeah, watch out for that when it tries to spawn 2 new drones. The 2 which are currently on the map but disabled, they will sort of home in on you and explode. So watch out for them. But yeah, if you just keep running from left to right, guys, you'll avoid most of the attacks. Obviously, you need to jump above the line of lasers, which is horizontal, and whenever she tries to charge at you. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so when she does this, you need to quickly get close. We'll destroy the 2 drones first, so you can use them to get up to her. And then once you get up to her, guys, you want to go into Devil Trigger and just attack her as quick as possible. Remember, you can use enemy step on her to gain more height if you start falling down. And it'll give you all your jumps back. Yeah, Devil Trigger, once you've done enough damage, she'll not stay down for too long. So you almost straight away want to get across to your Buster Arm and use the Buster Arm breakage for massive damage, guys. That's it, and then just repeat it. Just remember, when the health gets sort of low, she will start to do that massive big laser fields, which the Nightmare pet does for V. Yeah, she will start to do that, so just make sure you dodge that as well, guys. And yeah, just continue the fight, guys. She's pretty much dead anyway.
Your voice is so annoying. How about I shut you up?
Right, so V is up next. So like I say, you want to use auto assist. Only do this on Hell and Hell mode. On other difficulties, you don't want to use auto assist. But it really helps on this mode because, like I say, you'll be doing more damage because you're on auto assist. You'll just be doing a much more different range of attacks. And also with auto assist on, you can actually focus on dodging while also doing those attacks. But one thing I do want to point out is your your dodging ability with Shadow, not with Griffin where you sort of double jump and float. The one with Shadow, it gives you a lot of invincibility frames. So what I mean is, when you're dodging with Shadow, if an enemy tries to hit you and it connects, it won't actually do any damage because of the invincibility frames from the dodge. So try to bear that in mind if you're against a tricky enemy. Just keep dodging while attacking with Griffin, guys, and you should avoid most attacks. I think if you just spam dodge with Shadow, I think there's probably like a few frames in between each action where you can get hit. But because it's only very few frames, it's very difficult for an enemy to actually hit you, between dodges. So yeah, I don't actually start enforcing it until later. I think I kind of forgot about it. But you see, later bosses I do it, but it actually come in very useful on these earlier bosses with V. Yeah, so remember, dodging with Shadow gives you a lot of invisibility frames, so make sure you utilise that. Yeah, so we're going to get through all these gauntlets. With auto assist on as well, you should hopefully build up your Devil Trigger quite fast with V. Yeah, so get through this, guys, and I'll come back just before the boss at the end of the mission.
will not allow him to gain any more power. Come on. Come on. Come on. Damn it. Human blood is the source of his strength. I must cut off his supply.
Right, this boss coming up is probably up there. Definitely a contender for one of the worst bosses in the game, I think. Yeah, this is perhaps one of my worst bosses. You've got such a small arena, and you've got 4 targets trying to hit you at once. And this is where Shadow's dodging will come in very, very useful, guys. You can either just keep running from left to right and jumping across enemies, like I am, jumping above their attacks. But you see, I think I get very lucky sometimes. Yep. Or alternatively, just keep using Shadow and just keep dodging with Shadow and attacking with Griffin and Nightmare. Obviously, try and do this all with no damage, so if you do get hit, you're going to have to restart, unfortunately. You find if you do use a continue, you're probably not going to get enough score. But you might do, I guess you could try it. You know, if you do get hit rather than just restart, give it a go, you might get lucky and get enough points. Because obviously auto assist does give you much better score with V. But just the no damage bonus just really, really helps. Obviously, it essentially doubles your score. Yeah, so can't really give any more pointers for this, guys. Yeah, just use Shadow if you want to. Keep moving from left to right using this dodging ability. Hopefully, you'll be invincible during most of the attacks if any do try to connect. Obviously, if you're on the back of Nightmare, you can't take any damage. You're invincible on the back. And other than that, just keep running from left to right and jumping up to dodge attacks. Just watch out if you see any sort of balls of tar get thrown at you from the plants. Stay away from them, because even when they've landed, they do sort of like they do a small explosion damage. Whereas if you run into a spot where one landed, like literally a second or two after, I guess some of the tar will still be falling down and it can damage you still. So just be careful with them, guys. So yeah, get through this fight. And I'll see you on mission 5.
cut worm begins the plow. What do you say?
Yep, another annoying one with the boss. I don't really mind the boss on this one too bad. I mean, I've learned the boss on this one pretty well, and I can almost all the time defeat him without taking any damage. So using auto assist, just be careful in this corridor. This corridor is an absolute pain, but luckily it's right at the start of the chapter of the mission, so if you do make any mistakes, it's quite quick to restart. But yeah, obviously remember you can use camera manipulation. Enemies will not attack you if they are not within the camera's view, as long as they've not already started an attack. So use that to your advantage. Keep the camera off them and just keep using the auto assist from your enemies. Just keep spamming the attack buttons and then we'll keep attacking them. Keep the score up. Throughout this mission, the leg will come down through the ceiling 4 times, and that affects the boss on mission 6. You want to try to deal as much damage to the legs as much as possible, so the blue smoke starts coming from them. That indicates you've sort of done the maximum damage you can at that point. But if some of them, if you fail to do enough damage, don't worry too much. It does affect how long the boss in mission 6 gets knocked down for when he drops down the hole, but it's not going to make a massive difference, so I won't worry too much. Yeah, these legs, just try to attack them as much as possible, but don't sort of restart a chapter if you don't damage it enough. It's not worth it. Just do as much as you can. That's it. Try to get a blue smoke coming from it, and then move on, guys. And what I'll do, I'll come back just before the boss.
Go.
This way, I guess.
Come on. Now, get to work. Come on.
Right, so this boss, yeah,
Come on.
yeah, and what's his name again? Elder Guron Knight. Alright, so when he comes to melee you can actually jump over his sword, which is a basic jump. Doesn't have to be a double jump, you know, or where you use Griffin. Just a normal jump. You can dodge his sword as long as you jump at the last moment. But remember, you can use Shadow to dodge as well, by keep using this side dodge for invincibility frames. But you want to save Nightmare. You want to save your Nightmare spawn for when he stops still like so. If you ever see him stopping still like this and sort of charging up any electric or anything, spawn Nightmare. What that normally do, it will do a lot of damage and it will also interrupt him as well. But whenever this happens, when he enters this phase, where he sort of enters like a phantom phase type thing, for this phase you want to make sure Nightmare is always out. So you're saving your Nightmare Devil Trigger, like I say, to either call him when the boss is doing a charge up attack and you despawn him straight away, and when he enters like phantom mode, we're going to spawn Nightmare and leave him out for the old duration, because when he's in phantom mode he'll do a lot of attacks which are much trickier to dodge. So you want Nightmare during that mode, just so he focuses on Nightmare a lot more.
Take that momentum and send it right back.
But basically, if it's anything, if he's doing any other attacks on you, which is not this charge here, which you can just jump like so to dodge, if you ever get caught in like a time barrier and you see him teleport to you, then you might get hit. That's very tricky to dodge. You can either try, you know, getting quite a bit height on your jump, or quickly sidestep him with Shadow if you can do it quick enough while the time is slowing you down. But when Nightmare is present during the Phantom modes, that's normally comes in very, very useful for dodging those attacks. And yep, just keep on attacking him, guys. Hopefully he'll fall down soon enough and don't take you too many retries. But hopefully the other difficulties I've been taking you through has prepared you for this fight and you're more than equipped. Yeah, when he does that massive time field, obviously just make sure you're not inside it. Right, so beat him up, guys, and I'll see you at the end.
Come on. Come on. Awaken now.
Powers of folly are measured by the clock, but of wisdom, no clock can die.
Alright guys, so mission 6, back playing as Nero. So just a quick boss fight on this one, and just as we've done on all the other difficulties, you want to try and do this without taking damage, of course, to get your no damage bonus. Your no damage bonus, which gives you double your score. You want 7 overtures and a buster arm. That's what you want, and this strategy is not changed at all since my other difficulties. Is all the same strategy. So yeah, 7 overtures and a buster arm. So straight away, you need to go on the offensive. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much on this because we're getting no damage. But on the other difficulties, even if you took damage, you could still get an S rank. But here, obviously, we can't take damage because it will count as a death, and we'll get a penalty. And we'll lose a 1.2 modifier as well. Yeah. So to begin with, I just shoot a leg, guys. Shoot up onto the top of its body, and while you're on the top here, you want to plant three or 4 overtures all at once. Hopefully by this point on this difficulty, you should be well aware of its attacks, how to dodge them. If a spike's going to come out, you need to jump above, but obviously don't jump too early. You need to time your jump. That's it. Remember, you can jump in the air 3 times, and of course use your air taunt to get more height. If it tilts from left to right, make sure you jump in so you don't slide off. When its little sort of antennas try to shoot lasers at you, just go to the other side of its weak point and they should hit the weak point. They don't damage it, but it actually shields you from the projectiles. Eventually it'll lob like little bombs which will detonate over time, of course, just like you do with its needles. Just jump over them when they're about to explode to avoid them. And yeah, just keep doing that, guys. You can use Devil Trigger once you get your gauge built up. Yeah, you do want to try and use your overtures as soon as you can. All 7 overtures. The more you can put in them at once, the more damage it will do. Yeah, but you want to save your buster arm for when you knock it down to do a massive chunk of damage. There you go. I've used all my overtures, so now I'm just going to spam attack. It's trying to tilt, so I'm going to jump to avoid it. It's needles, obviously time your jump. Most times when it does needles, it'll do it 2 or 3 times in a row. So just be ready to jump again. Yep, and there we go. Just spam attack on its weak point. If you're getting close where it gets to the front of the ship, you might want to save your Devil Trigger for when it falls down, because it'll just give you a nice chunk to do easy damage, and you can use your Devil Trigger more efficiently because you won't have to keep avoiding. You just spam your Devil Trigger attacks on it non-stop. But I think I'm going to kill it before it collapses, actually. But yeah, when it does collapse, it will normally expose its weak point will be exposed for like 10 to 20 seconds, depending on how much damage you did to them legs on mission 5. But you can only use your buster arm breakage or like a grab attack twice when it turns black. It will turn black the foot straight away when it falls down, but then it will turn red again, but then it will turn black again just before the end of its knockdown duration. So you don't need to use your grab attack straight away. Just attack it normally. It's black now, and I've killed it. But yeah, it will normally be black for a few seconds, then it will turn red, and then it will turn black before it gets back up again. So you can actually just keep attacking it and do grab attack the last time it turns black for maximum damage, guys. And that is mission 6. So mission 7, we're going to choose V for this one. It's up to you, but I always like to choose V. It's easier because obviously he's got his pets. You don't have to get too close, and with Hell in Hell, we're using auto assist anyway, so it makes it even easier. But yeah, get through mission 7. The boss is very easy on this one. I don't really need to give you any pointers on that. It's just sort of like general enemies. It's the guys for the shields and the guys for the swords. So again, quite easy. Yeah, so nothing really much to give on this one. It's quite a quick one apart from that. But yeah, get through this, guys. Again, taking no damage. Hell in hell. And I'll see you on mission 8. Mission 8 is a little bit tricky because we actually have to work on our combo in mission 8. Because you take damage on mission 8 no matter what. There's no way to avoid damage. You'd have to kill the boss to avoid damage. And he's very, very hard to kill without taking damage. So we just take damage and, you know, finish the mission early without having to kill him. Which just means you have to get a good score because we're not going to get the no damage bonus on it. Yeah, so get through this one, guys, and I'll come back at the start of mission 8. See you in a tick.
Still gotta search every corner. Careful, B. Something in
Indeed. This way. Crush you. I envy your optimism. Eradicate them all. life art has grown this large, how much blood has been sacrificed.
May not my blood fail.
Nothing can stop it now. Envy your optimism. Eradicate them all.
Took us long enough to get here.
My loadout for mission 8 is very, very important because we have to actually focus on our combo for a change. Yeah, this is the only mission where I actually work my combo. Yep, so them guides which say you have to get good at comboing to get platinum. No, you don't. Only on mission 8 you do. Okay, so first, let's go over how our magazine set up. So this has got to be very, very specific, guys. You want ragtime times 1, buster arm times 1, punchline times 1. Well, actually, you don't need that. You don't need the punch. No, the punchline is for Dante Must Die. It's not needed on Hell in Hell. So it's actually ragtime, buster arm times 2, ragtime, buster arm times 3. And that's it. Obviously, you've got a free slot if you want to lob something in there. Yeah, sorry, the punchline is only needed on Dante Must Die, so just ignore me when I mention that. So ragtime, buster arm, ragtime, buster arm, buster arm, buster arm. That's all you need, guys. We are going to be resting at the, you know, the statue halfway through the mission and respecing our magazine build again. Yeah, so this will take you through the first 2 gauntlets, and then for the 3rd gauntlet, we're just going to grab some more arms from inside the divinity statue. So you need to very, very closely follow me here. Like I say, if you want a sort of text description of what we're doing, just check my text guide. Right, it's going to sprint past these first few enemies. Obviously, try not to take damage. You do have to take damage to finish the mission, but if you take damage before the end, it will count as they continue and you lose your bonus. But at the end, it won't actually affect your bonus because it's sort of story related. Okay, so what we're doing, we're going to grab that bat, that pyro bat, and once you've grabbed it, we're going to hold down the grab button and you hold it, and we're going to use this Hell Kana enemy, and you're going to keep grappling it up to us and using enemy step until you get a B rank, like so. Just grapple it, jump on it until you get B rank. Once you get B rank, do an air taunt as you land, as you fall down, and then come over here, guys, and do your X provocation taunt, where you hold the touchpad and press L3, I believe it is, if I remember. Yeah, to make sure your camera is over here, because that Hell Kana might be coming towards you. He normally almost never gets me on time. And once you've fully done that taunt, let go of your grab button to destroy that bat. Then start charging your ragtime breakage. Once the enemy spawn, use it, freeze time 7 seconds. And then go into Devil Trigger and use your Showtime move on one of these enemies. Showtime, you hold forward and press triangle and circle together, I believe. And then you want to use your Buster Arm Breakage on the other enemy. And then by that time the Fury will spawn. Knock the Fury down with a streak move. I think you hold forward and press triangle or something to do the streak move. That should knock him down, and once you knocked him back, use the Buster Arm breakage on him again to finish him off, guys. That's it. That's how you do that first one. I know it gets quite technical, and yep, I'm explaining it quite quick, but if you look at my text guide, it's all broken down there step by step in text, so you can sort of read it within your own time rather than having to keep up with me and my commentary. Right, so that's one gauntlet done. We've got 3 gauntlets all together to do in a very similar way to that. And right now you should have your ragtime left and 3 Buster Arms. We use 1 ragtime, 2 Buster Arms for that one, and our devil trigger. Right, so we're going to carry on along here. Do not attack these tentacles, they will affect your score, so just leave them.
Where does this go?
Yeah, come in this bloodstream. Right, carry on, ignore all these enemies.
Blood all over.
Do not attack anybody, it will affect your score.
Right now.
Now this massive pit in a second, we're going to jump across it. Don't fall down because otherwise you'll be caught into another battle, which we do not want to do. The more battles you do, the more you have to work on your score.
Get airborne.
So yeah, jump straight across that arena. Carry on down here. Now here comes the other battle. So similar to what we just did. We're going to use this first enemy. We're going to use wire snatch and keep using enemy step until we get our score. Yeah, to a B rank, like so. Right, no need to grab him. Just get your score to that, to a B rank. We're staying in the air, just so it makes it harder for the other enemies to attack us. Once you've got a B rank, grab it and hold it. And then come over here, freeze time as well. So we're doing quite a few things together. So get to B rank via enemy step. Grab the enemy and hold it. Use your ragtime breakage to freeze time for 7 seconds. And then get inside, get beside a wall. Make sure your camera is facing the wall. And then start doing your X provocation taunt. Once you've done it, let go of your grab to hopefully damage that enemy if you get time. And then use Buster Arm breakage on them 2 Baphomet enemies. That's it. By that time you should have a full devil trigger. Then go to devil trigger phase. But do not use it until this guy goes to an attack. Because then it will most of the time knock him down. So wait for him to attack and then do the devil trigger. It will knock him down. And then use showtime. Use showtime. And then do a lunge attack once or twice, which should knock him back again. And then finish him off with a Buster Arm breakage, guys. And that should kill him and get you a very good score. Right, guys, so now we're going to come over to this divinity statue. And we're just going to change our magazine setup for the 3rd gauntlet. This is it. You get the 3rd gauntlet out of the way. And that pretty much guarantees an S rank, guys. So as long as you've got a pretty good rank in the previous 2 gauntlets. So you want ragtime times 1. 3 times Buster Arm. 1 times ragtime. 1 times Buster Arm. And 2 times Jabira. The Jabira mainly for the boss. So all you really need now is a 1 ragtime, 3 Buster Arm, 1 ragtime, and 1 Buster Arm. Now this fight you don't really get a chance to use your enemy step. So you don't have to mess about with the enemy step again. We're just going to go straight in and start killing the enemies straight away. Yeah, I found when obviously it's nice to do the enemy step. It gets you to B rank and it does help your score quite a bit. But it just gets too tricky on this bit.
There are no express elevators.
So as soon as the enemy spawn, we're going to use ragtime to stop time for 7 seconds. Use ragtime breakage.
Let's get airborne. Take your time. Out of my way.
That's it. And then you're going to use Buster Arm breakage 3 times quickly on the 3 Baphomets that appear while time is frozen. Yeah, 3 Buster Arm breakage on all 3 of them. That's to quickly kill them. Yep, and it should improve your devil trigger as well. And they're going to freeze time 1 more time, guys. Again, with your 2nd ragtime. Then you're going to go into devil trigger and use showdown on this enemy. Remember, hold forward and press triangle and circle at the same time. That should knock him down and get you loads of points. And then you should last Buster Arm breakage, guys, finish him off. And there you go, another massive boost to your score. Yeah, remember you need 5,500 points for an S rank. But as long as you don't die, you'll get the 1.2 bonus still. I mean, you do have to get damage at the end, but it doesn't actually count as a death because it's story related. So yeah, as long as you've got, I mean, you can probably get away with about 5,000 points, and that 1.2 bonus will still give you enough. So yeah, but I should be have more than enough points. Right, she's going to get to the end. No more gauntlets, guys, don't worry. All you got to do now, get to the boss. You need to dodge the attacks of the boss for the first phase. You know where he's sitting down. And once you destroy the crystal, he will stand up. And then that's when you can let him kill you to end the mission early.
Phone here? Does it still work?
And these Jabiras will come in useful for dodging his attacks on the first phase. If you need some more, you can rest at the telephone box and call Nico. And go and put some more in your magazine. But yeah, just dodge his attacks in the first phase.
Think it's good to be king, huh? Not for much longer.
And then second phase, just let him kill you guys and they'll end the mission. And hopefully get you an S rank.
You're not interested in you having a winning streak. Now I can break it.
Scatter like dust. Witness the true power. You worthless run while you
Alright, mission 9 up next, guys. Back with V. I think it's V the most hated, the most disliked character to play as. I think so. I think there's a few rare people, you know, a few oddballs that like him. But I think most people, V's the worst character to play as, I think. I think Nero's perhaps the most interesting with his magazines. I find it quite interesting, you know, trying to create strategies around the different magazines you can equip. And obviously limits, you can only have 8 at once. Yeah, so use auto assist, back as V, use auto assist. Of course, try and get through without taking damage. The boss is fairly easy on this one. You pretty much got, I think it's 3 nobodies. That's all you have to fight. So it's not a tricky boss, just 3 nobodies. how many gauntlets altogether. It's 5 gauntlets altogether before the boss. Yeah, just make sure when you're fighting the Lucichius on gauntlet number 4, you focus on them straight away, because you do not want them to do that sort of explosion around your body. And obviously be careful with the death scissors as well, because they can just pop out from nowhere and attack you. But yeah, quite self-explanatory, guys. No damage, get through this, and I'll see you on mission 10.
I have to get over. Come on.
Awfully quiet, B. Thinking about Mommy Dearest?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But the past is a bitter place for me. I envy your optimism. I envy your optimism. I envy your optimism. Rest in peace.
Get a bad feeling about this place. Go. Dante's dead?
Quite possibly. He has no reason to keep Dante alive.
Oh, wait.
If we had the double sword Sparta, Nero might just be able to...
Almost there. You gonna make it, B?
Come in, nothing. My blood failed. Yeah. Come on.
So mission 10 again, guys. No damage we're going for on this for the double score. Now you want to make sure you got plenty of red orbs, because I'm pretty much just going to be spamming his red orb sort of machine gun attack. I forget the name now. I think he's got Red Hot Night. That's where he spawns some massive red fireballs from the sky. We'll be using that quite a lot. And like I say, his red orbs that you can shoot at them. You can be using them quite a lot. Just be very careful here. There's quite a few Furies in this mission. As you know by now, if you keep the camera away from Furies, they should not attack you. So you can actually turn your camera away so it's looking at the wall, and then just keep holding the shooting button, you know, to shoot them. Just if you do use Red Hot Night, just be very careful. But another thing on this one, you've got to be careful because you might get too low of a score even with no damage. You can see there it says 3,200 points. Remember, you need 5,500 and to get an S rank, and you're going to get 1.2 bonus from using no continues and a no damage bonus, which is 2 times your score for taking no damage, of course. So yeah, just be very careful. If your score is too low, you might not get enough points even with that. The Red Hot Night does work quite well as well, because it does massive damage and it normally gets you quite a bit of score. You can use that sometimes to build up some score. You know, the hat, where you lob a hat at him and then you just detonate it when it comes back to you. And the hat on the side onto them enemies will detonate and do some damage, just to vary your attacks a bit. But for the most part, yeah, just use red orbs, machine gun, and the Red Hot Night will do the trick. These guys, you don't have time to use Red Hot Night because they spawn straight away. So you just jump in the air and either do this hat attack or shoot them like so. Yeah, like I say, just be very, very careful when it comes to Furies. Basically, what you see me doing, that's what works. That's what's the most effective. Whatever you see me doing. So just look at what I'm doing. Try to replicate that, and it should pretty much carry you through everything. There's a gauntlet you can avoid. I'll probably come back for that gauntlet, just let you know how to avoid it, guys. So yeah, get to that gauntlet, and I'll come back just for that one we can skip.
Nothing's gonna close if I don't.
Yeah, once you come through here, if you jump into this room, this hidden chamber on the right, and get the enemies to spawn. Once they spawn, leave the chamber and then sprint down this corridor, because normally in this corridor a gauntlet triggers. But for some reason, if you spawn them enemies in that previous hidden chamber and get through this corridor quickly, it does not trigger this gauntlet. I guess them enemies sort of bypass these enemies from spawning, if you're quick enough. And there it is, guys. Skip that gauntlet. Yeah, this next one coming up, there'll be a massive bat spawn straight away, so you won't really have time to use Red Hot Night. So just straight away, you can use your machine gun. Yeah, you might want to turn the camera away from them, because it can be quite tricky avoiding all 3 bats at the same time. So just do that, and eventually a Fury will spawn here as well. So keep camera away and get rid of him quickly. And then final gauntlet, if you're quick with your Red Hot Night, you can kill all them knights with that quickly, guys, and then get to the boss. And then when you get to the final boss, guys, don't attack him. You can attack him if you want, it speed up a little bit, but all you normally have to do is wait 60 seconds and the fight will end, completing the mission. Or destroy the crystal yourself and that will end the mission also. So whatever you prefer, either just dodge the attacks for a minute or attack the diamond to destroy it and finish the mission a little bit earlier. Just remember, taking no damage because you want the no damage bonus. Mission 11 next. Again, try and do this without taking damage, guys, and without using any continues. Now, what you want to do for this is, for the boss fight, you want a full SDT gauge and a partial Devil Trigger gauge. So throughout these gauntlets, you're going to try and use them to build up your score. But this first gauntlet does spawn a Fury, so when the Fury spawns, don't use that to build up your score. Just turn the camera away and just spam your red orb machine gun to get rid of him quickly without taking damage. But yeah, you normally see, not as first gauntlet, but on the second gauntlet, I use it to get my Devil Trigger up quite a bit. Like I say, it's very important you've got a full STT gauge and a partial Devil Trigger gauge ready for the boss fight. Yeah, just watch this first gauntlet. There he is, the Fury. The Fury will spawn once you kill the sort of general basic enemies. So there'll be some tentacles there. Just keep the camera away and just keep using this. If you just come into the camera, you can try to move it away from him, or just jump up just in case. Yeah, you'll see when we get to Hell Canis and the tentacles. The Hell Cana and the Hell Judesha. Sorry. I use Hat Trick on them to build up more of my score. And then Gauntlet number 3. The enemies in Gauntlet number 3, they don't all spawn at the same time. You normally have a few spawn, then be a small, you know, about 10 or 20 seconds will pass, and then more enemies will spawn, and then another 5 or 10 seconds, and then more enemies will spawn. So with them, you normally use Red Hot Knight to kill the first bunch. You wait a moment, and then use it again to kill the second bunch, and then wait a moment and use it again to kill the final bunch. But if you try to time it so the enemy sort of spawns in as your Red Hot Knight is charging, so then you can sort of release it as soon as they become active in the battlefield and can deal damage. Yep, so these guys are the ones I'm using to build up my score, guys. So yes, get on through this. Make sure, like I say, you've got a full Sin Devil Trigger gauge ready for the boss and a partial Devil Trigger face. And I'll see you at the boss, guys.
We go, I suppose. Seems like the fastest route. Well, that's gonna collapse. What a headache. Wanna have some fun? guy get a break? I just woke up from a long ass nap.
Here he is. So follow me very closely here, otherwise you're likely to take damage. So straight away, you always need to be moving to dodge his attacks. Start charging Sin Devil Trigger, and then use it straight away. And then dodge his next attack, like so. And then as soon as he stops, start using the loose. You hold R2 to use this, I believe. That should go through his shields and deal a massive chunk of damage and cause him to teleport. Then as soon as he teleports, try to use loose again, just make sure Sin Devil Trigger is deactivated. And then start charging Red Hot Knight. You want it fully charged, and just before you release it, use your Devil Trigger to increase the damage. And that's it, guys. So yeah, the problem there is using Sin Devil Trigger and your attack without getting hit. But so, as long as what you do is straight away start moving, start charging it, and then use it, and then usually from the invincibility while you're actually triggering the Sin Devil Trigger, that normally dodge his last few attacks. And then you dodge his next bunch of attacks, and then once you finish that, the next chain of attacks, then you use the loose. Normally get enough window to do that. That'll stagger him, cause him to teleport due to the damage it will do, and you can finish with Red Hot Knight, guys. Yep, that's mission 11. Alright, so mission 12 next. Now for this boss, you'll automatically start it with a full Sin Devil Trigger face, automatically. Even if it's empty going in. So you just want to make sure you've got a full Devil Trigger face before you go into the fight. Don't, like I say, do not bother about Sin Devil Trigger face. All you want is a full Devil Trigger. So do not convert it. Do not convert it at all. You can skip most of the fights in this by taking like little shortcuts, by jumping up the gargoyles. Yeah, you can skip quite a lot of fights. Yeah, and you'll know from previous difficulties how we do it. Use the use your motorbike weapon. I can't remember the name of the attack. I'm pretty sure it's high something. Yeah, pretty sure it's high something. Yeah, you jump up and then you use the attack. I think you hold R1 and hold back and press circle or something, and it'll do like, you can look into your move list and see. And then at the end of it, you can normally do it 5 times before you'll start losing. So this move here, like I say, you can use it about 5 times before you start losing height. So when you try to get to gargoyle or buff, you use it only 4 or 5 times, and then after that do either your double jump or use your dash to get across a gargoyle. You can normally just reach it on time. Yep, and make your way to the boss, guys, and I'll come back just before the boss fight.
Oh, great. Crossroads. Decisions. Don't want to keep Mr. Demon King waiting. Gotta pick up the pace. Whew. That should be all of them. It's been a while since I used my brain this much. Man, this brings me back.
Right, boss fight coming up. Again, follow me very, very closely here. So you're going to start this in Sin Devil Trigger form. So straight away, you're just going to move slightly and then to dodge his pillar attack. And they're going to use the loose for 1 second. Do not use it for any longer, because he'll he'll normally use his pillars and then lob a tentacle at you. So move out of the way, use the loose for just like 1 second, like so. And then let go and then do judgment. While doing judgment, you are invincible, so you'll miss that tentacle. I forget the controls, but you look in your move list. Yeah, use judgment. That's it. You do massive damage. Doesn't really matter on the distance. It covers such a large area. That should destroy the crystal. And then what you're going to do, you're going to dodge this next tentacle and then start using your red orb machine gun. That's it. Do not use Devil Trigger yet. Otherwise, you'll cause him to spawn the crystal sooner. That's it. And once you knock him down, then use Devil Trigger. That's it. And that should finish him off. Yeah, you'll find if you use Devil Trigger before you knock him down, you deal too much damage too quick and it causes him to respawn the crystal. But that way, you can actually knock him down before dealing too much damage, because you deal more stagger damage before you deal you go past that damage threshold, which causes him to respawn the crystal. And of course, he can't respawn the crystal when he's knocked down. And then you go straight into Devil Trigger to do more damage, guys, and finish him off. Yep, there's your S rank, guys, on mission 12. I think a lot of guys say you can't get S rank on that if you just spam your red orb attacks. Well, clearly you can. Alright, so next up, guys, is mission 13. Mission 13, pretty straightforward. No boss fights, 3 warriors. Pick whoever you want. I'm using Dante just because we can cheese with his red orb abilities. The only enemy you need to watch out for this is the very first enemy, that Lusacia. But normally if you're quick, you can kill it with a red hot knight quickly. And then all the other sort of gauntlets, you don't actually have to kill the enemies. You just have to destroy the red eggs. And then that remove the barrier in the middle, blocking the hole. And then once the barrier is moved, you can drop down the hole. So you don't actually, this is the only enemy you actually have to kill. All the other ones, like I say, just destroy the monster spawner. Destroy the red egg sack. And then once the tentacles move in the middle, you can drop down the hole into the next arena. Just be very, very careful. I mean, some gauntlets, there could be potentially loads of enemies on. It might be safer just to kill most of the enemies. I mean, like this can get a bit tricky here. And it can be tricky to even lock onto the red eggs when there's so many enemies surrounding it. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory, guys, with them tips I've just given you. Get through this and I'll see you on mission 14.
Shit from up here. It needs to be flushed.
Last one, playing as V guys, and honestly, this one ain't too bad because we're using auto assist. Yeah, I find this one much easier with auto assist on because you'll be doing so much more damage compared to you know, with it off, where you're just sort of probably focusing on doing basic attacks. But yeah, just remember, if you use Shadow to dodge, you have a lot of invincibility frames. But the way I do this, obviously we're doing it without taking damage. Yeah, I go for Griffin first and the middle boss, the I forget all the names, at least. Yeah, I fight the flying boss, and then we go for Goliath and we spawn Shadow, and then we go for the Knight and we spawn Nightmare. Just a very great tip on this, guys, to get a massive boost to your score. Once you've killed the boss and you can actually, you know, in the sort of downed phase, and you have to do a finishing attack, you can use your X provocation taunt during that to get quite a boost to your score, which does actually quite help. But while you're doing so, just be ready to quickly attack with your enemies, your pets, straight as soon as he wakes up, because normally by the time you've used the taunt, the enemy would have waked up before you finish it. But if you charge up your attacks with your pets, as soon as he wakes up, you can release the button to use them charge up attacks, and they'll almost always knock the boss down straight away, allowing you to finish that taunt. So yeah, dodge this one, get onto Goliath. Like I say, once you knock the boss down, guys, and they're ready to be instant killed, like I say, use X provocation taunt, but be ready with a charge up attack from your pets just as they recover to knock them back down again. And then once you've got obviously the score from doing the taunt, finish them off. Yeah, but Goliath will be next with Shadow, and then it'll be the Knight, guys. Yeah, it's not too bad. Like I say, auto assist does actually make this a lot easier. So yeah, get through this, guys, and I'll see you on mission 15.
That's one down. Come on. Best we avoid it if possible, especially given my condition. They're safe.
No time to worry about them beats. Gotta hurry.
My journey is coming to an end.
If you
Right, back is Nero. Okay, so let's get our equipment set up. So for this one, of course, doing no damage, we want to use 1 times Jabira, 3 times Buster Arm, and 4 times Jabira, in that order. What do I use the Buster Arm for? The thing is on this one, I mean, the Jabira works just as well as the Buster Arm, because I normally save them for this tight passage to insta-kill all the enemies in there. But it's such a tight passage that the Jabira mid-air breakage works just as well as using Buster Arm on them. But yeah, the first gauntlet is going to be a Lucia and 2 Chaos. So what I normally do, I normally kill them 3 quickly with a Buster Arm, because it's a very tight area, and if you don't get rid of the enemies quickly, it's harder to attack them just because you've got no space to move. So it's just a good idea for the first gauntlet. But all the other gauntlets, you're in like a massive area, it's a bit easier to kill them all. You just sort of use your gun from distance, quite easy to avoid their attacks. But yeah, if you come to a Divinity Statue again, you can take 1 times Jabira and the Buster Arm again. Or probably just all Jabiras and repeat that, because it can be useful on the gauntlets. But yeah, get through the gauntlets, guys, and I'll come back just before the Divinity Statue, just before the boss.
Sorry, Dante, but the Demon King's mine. That's awfully generous. Nah.
Here we go. So yeah, you want 1 Jabira, 1 Buster Arm, 1 Jabira, 1 Buster Arm, and just keep going with that formation. 1 Jabira, 1 Buster Arm, etc, etc. Okay, so Malthus. All we're going to keep doing with this guy, we're just going to keep using... I think, do I use a fully charged up shot with this? Or is it just the first tier? Oh yeah, it's just the first tier. So as always, just use the first tier of your charge up shots. You're not charging up anymore. Just charge up your first 3 bullets and use them. That's it. And basically what you're doing, you're saving your Jabira and your Buster Arm for when you knock him down. But just be careful when he turns black. Because when he turns black, he'll normally charge at you. And it comes very, very quick like so. And to avoid it, you have to triple jump. A double jump will likely you will still get hit. So you have to triple jump. That's why you have to be very, very quick. Just get the height. So as soon as he faces you, remember you can use air taunt as well, guys, to get more height for longer. Yep, as soon as you knock him down, use the Jabira, either mid-air breakage or ground breakage, like so. And then follow up with a Buster Arm breakage. As long as you're quick enough, you should have a chance to get both of them off. But sometimes that will happen, yep, and you just won't have a chance. But rarely that happens. Most of the time you do get time to do a Jabira breakage and a Buster Arm breakage, as long as you're quick enough. Yeah, so watch out for his charge. It comes very, very quick. That's perhaps the worst attack, because it comes out of nowhere. And I don't know if it really happens. I can't recall if it happens on other difficulties. But on Dante Must Die, when he enters Devil Trigger, he can actually charge at you when his skin is just a normal colour. So when he looks like he's not enraged, he can teleport to the middle, which just pop out from the middle middle portal, and just spawn sprinting at you. So you've got to be careful of that as well. But that might be exclusive to Dante Must Die and Devil Trigger. So you saw then, I got a chance to do my Jabira breakage and my Buster Arm breakage. So yeah, always try to keep your distance so you got time to triple jump if you need to. And that's it, guys. Yeah, I don't really find that boss too hard. But you're saving up your Devil Trigger of him as well. You didn't actually see me have to do it. But yeah, save your Devil Trigger. And then if it ever digs itself inside the ground and then starts sucking everything up into the middle, and all you can see is this sort of woman, you're going to run up to the woman from the side. Do not do it from the front, do it from the side. Go into Devil Trigger and do your showdown attack. Do your showdown attack, that improves your score quite a bit, and it'll also knock her down. But because it knocks her down, she normally falls forward, and if you're in front of her, she'll damage you. That's why you need to be at the side. And then again, she'll be knocked down, and you just use Buster Arm and Jabira. But obviously if you're quick enough like me, hopefully that won't happen. Sometimes she just skips that because she's too quick. Okay, mission 16, guys. Back to Dante. So again, some fights we're going to just be using the Red Orb machine gun, and some fights we're going to use Red Hot Knight. It just depends. Basically, if you watch me, whatever you see me doing, it's most of the time the best thing to do. But if you see me using Red Hot Knight, you have to be quick. You know, timing really helps. So this first gauntlet, they're sort of going to come in waves. Yeah, a lot of these gauntlets are coming in waves. So yeah, be very careful here. As you saw, there's 2 nobodies, and they start attacking you very quickly. But if you're quick, you can just get 1 Red Hot Knight off quickly and finish them off with your machine gun. And a lot of the fights are like that. So yeah, if you're quick enough, you can get a few Red Hot Knights off. But if you're not quick enough and they start moving around the enemies, just use your red machine gun. Just be careful, there is a Fury eventually. So just keep the camera off him and just using your Red Orb machine gun to kill him easily. Right, get down to the end, guys, and I'll come back just before the boss.
Time to screw around. Onward and downward. Oh well, better get to it.
Yeah, I think I forgot to say, but yeah, make sure you fully built up your Sin Devil Trigger face and your Devil Trigger ready for this boss. Now straight away, dodge his first few attacks. Yeah, dodge his first few attacks. And then go into Sin Devil Trigger and use the loose skill. Yeah, so first few attacks, Sin Devil Trigger. You might want to dodge away again a little bit. And then use the loose. That should hopefully destroy one of his heads. Yep, and then use your machine gun. Yeah, get away quite a distance as well, because sometimes you do that massive AoE when he changes his element, and it will damage you if you're too close. Yeah, once he's knocked down, you can start charging Red Hot Knights. Yep, and then once you've released that, use Devil Trigger, guys, and if you don't finish him off, just keep using your Red Orb machine gun. That's it, not too bad. If he does manage to spawn the ice, just be careful because he'll make icicles fall on you from the ceiling. So make sure you keep him mobile when he spawns the ice. But yeah, should go down quick enough, guys. Mission 16. Now mission 17 is just a boss fight. Just a boss fight. We're going to do this without taking damage. But you have to be careful here. On the other difficulties, you'll know that I did take a bit of damage when doing this. But obviously, we can't risk it on Hell in Hell. So straight away, you're going to begin the fight with a Red Hot Knight charged only twice. Do not charge it up anymore. Yeah, charge it up only twice. Otherwise, you will, like I say, you will take damage, guys. So charge it up twice, and you want to use Devil Trigger as soon as it releases to do more damage. Yep, and then you shoot him with your red orbs just to cause him to teleport away. But each time he teleports away, guys, don't start Red Hot Knight straight away, because you'll find the timing with it gets very tricky when you charge it fully. Because if it lands too early, it will land just before he teleports away, and then it will teleport away from it, or he might have jumped backwards out of the way of it. So the timing with charging it gets very, very tricky. So normally after he teleports, wait like perhaps 1 second and then start charging it. And it should start and land like so, guys, as he teleports away. Just this attack, again, once he teleports, like I say, wait about a second or two. And then, yeah, there you go. Start charging it. This final teleport when his health is low is a bit trickier, because he'll teleport and then jump backwards like so. And there you go, you want it to just land as he stops. Well, most of it missed, but he's got such a tiny bit of health left. Finish him off with my red orbs, and there you go, guys. Like I say, timing gets a bit tricky with charging out a Red Hot Knight after the first one, just because he might teleport out of the area that it lands. So you got to try and time it so he teleports and then it lands. And on the third time when his health is low, he'll teleport and then he'll jump backwards. So yeah, just get used to timing, and it just makes that fight go by so much easier. Yeah, next up is mission 18. Yeah, mission 18. I find this one quite easy now, since I've cleaned up my strategy. My earlier strategy for this, I think before I started recording the guide, it's quite different, but I've like perfected it. Just works so much better. So to begin with, it's mainly my strategy on the end boss on this. I also had a bit of a hit and miss strategy to begin with. Okay, so straight away after this cutscene, go straight into X provocation and turn the camera away from the enemy. That's it. For some reason you get a chance to do the full thing here, and I guess the enemy is so close to you, hovering close by somewhere, that it actually works as well. So yeah, use that to get a massive boost to your score. You'll find in this one, without this boost to your score, you might not get an S rank, even without taking damage and getting the 1.2 no continue bonus. So yeah, once you got that full bonus, guys, from your X provocation taunt, yeah, you can start shooting him. You can also jump in the air and do an air taunt just for a bit more. style. And once you've knocked it down, after using your red orb machine gun, use your red hot night, guys. That'll give you massive boost to your score as well. That's it. That's the first one done. And all the next enemies, you're not going to attack anybody else, but you are going to attack all these red orb sacks on the way. These make the final boss arena bigger. That's why I'm doing this, and it does come in useful. So destroy all them on the way, and yeah, when you come across Shadow next, and the Shadow and Griffin together, you're just going to kill him quickly with your machine gun. Just be careful with Shadow, because when you're attacking him, he can, sometimes it doesn't look like he's attacking, but it'll be sort of, he'll do a sort of blade attack where he goes underground and then pops up. So just be very careful with Shadow. Always try to keep on the move. Don't shoot for too long. Yep. And then get to the boss, guys. So come back just for the boss. Give you my little strategy for him.
Running away? Nah, didn't think so. Back in Malay Island.
Here we go. Yeah, I think this is quite easy with this strategy. So straight away, you're just going to dodge around the outside of the arena until Nightmare despawns. You know when he despawns because the sort of sky will light up. I mean, it's sort of dark at the moment, so I've got a greyish sort of tone to it. It'll sort of go more white when he despawns. And then once he's despawned, obviously, because you haven't got to evade Nightmare as well, then that's a tricky thing. Shooting the enemies while trying to avoid Nightmare, that's what the problem is. So you just despawn him first. Then once you despawn, you're carefully going to kill Shadow and Griffin. Carefully, guys. There you go. It's lit up, so I know Nightmare's despawned. Yeah, so carefully knock these two down, guys. What you can do, once one is knocked down, you can focus on the other. But just be careful, because until they're dead, they will sort of get back up. And obviously Nightmare respawns him later, but he's going to be dead before he gets time to do that. So yeah, just be very, very careful, guys. Yeah, I've got close then to taking damage. You want to save your Devil Trigger. Yeah, sorry, we were building Devil Trigger up for this. Not Sin Devil Trigger, that doesn't matter for this. All you want is your Devil Trigger. Yeah, so I forgot to mention that earlier, but you would have seen me building it anyway. So obviously I was doing it for a reason. Right, once you kill them both, Nightmare will come back in. Now be ready to use Red Hot Night. He will try to drop in on you, so keep moving until he's spawned in, and then start charging Red Hot Night, guys. And just before you release it, use Devil Trigger, and that should kill him, finish him off. Now you just got to attack him once more, and the mission, guys. So mission 18. All that's left is 2 boss fights, and then that's Hell in Hell mode done, guys. Hopefully you've got an S rank on every other mission so far. Right, so to beat Virgil, very specific strategy here. If you want a text description, just look at my text guide. So you want to have the you want to be in the swordman stance. So swordman stance with Dante, and you're going to hold circle to charge up the, I think it's called the round trip skill. You're going to hold circle to have the swords behind you, and you're going to dodge his attacks. Then once he finishes an attack and he's airborne, let go of it. So see the sword, you hold circle and swordman stance to spawn them. Now dodge his attacks until he goes to attack you. Then once he's airborne, let go, switch to gunslinger, and start charging Red Hot Night straight away. Now wait till the last minute, and you see when he spawns his little daggers around him. At that point, use Devil Trigger. That will block some of them, And then that should just give you enough time to release a fully charged Red Hot Knight and finish him off, guys, like so. Nice and easy. It might take a few attempts. Sometimes after lobbing the round trip swords at him, sometimes he might do a different attack rather than walking in the distance and spawning this little daggers. Yeah, sometimes he comes straight and close to you again. Obviously, that messes up the strategy. So yeah, it might take a few attempts, but that does work quite well. You know, when it does work, it doesn't take too many chances to get it right. Okay, so mission 20, guys. I think this one a lot of players have trouble with. Of course, it's last boss. So in this order, you're going to take 6 overtures and 1 Buster Arm and then 1 Jabira. The Jabira is mainly to just dodge his attacks at the end. I guess you could take 2 Jabira if you want. I've actually messed up there. I've taken 5 Jabira. I need to take 6. Yeah, you need to take 6 overture, guys. Oh, that's why. It's because... Yeah, no, sorry. You want to take 5 overtures and 1 Buster Arm and the 2 Jabiras. Just as I did, guys. So, to do this, all you're going to do, you're going to fully charge up your blue rose. Yeah, fully charge it up. And then you're going to wait for him to do an attack. Yeah, most of his attacks you can dodge by just running from left to right and jumping over them. Yeah, run left to right. When he does an attack and he stops, you're going to use your blue rose fully charged, and then you're going to grapple him towards you with wire snatch, and then do a 2 or 3 hit just normal combo. That's it. Once you've done that 3 times, that should knock him down and stun him. So again, make sure it's a fully charged blue rose, and then wire snatch and then combo. And then once you've stunned him like so, guys, and then put 2 overtures inside him, overture breakers. Do not put any more, and do not attack him. Just leave him like so. Now, do not attack him until they detonate. Otherwise, it's going to mess this all up. Because you'll find he normally spawns Devil Trigger when he gets near half HP. So you want to try to get him as close to that point as possible. And then knock him down near that point. And then do massive damage. And put him near almost no health left when he enters Devil Trigger. So yeah, you knock him down. 2 overture breakage. Wait for him to go off. And then again, dodge his attacks. Use a fully charged blue rose once he's recovering, and then a wire snatch, and then a 2 or 3 hit combo. And do that 3 times until you knock him down again. Like I say, hopefully before he goes into Devil Trigger. Once you knock him down again, now we're going to use 3 overtures, and then the Buster Arm breakage. You need to be quick to do all these in time. 3 overtures and a Buster Arm breakage. There we go. And this is going to do massive damage to him. And he's not even in Devil Trigger yet. And if you're lucky, you'll kill him like so. If not, it might just take a little bit more damage. And then, yep, just keep jumping to avoid his attacks and using your Buster Arm. Sorry, not Buster Arm, your Blue Rose. Once he enters Devil Trigger, do not try to use any melee attacks or any wire snatch. Just go for your Blue Rose. Shooting him with that, guys. And that's it. Like I say, you can see my strategies all linked in my text guides if you need to. But yeah, that's the final mission and all missions on Hell and Hell on S rank, guys. So that's the last probably difficult trophy done, Highway to Hell. Like I say, Bloody Palace can be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to walk you through it. It's not hard at all. What we're going to be doing next is Virgil on human difficulty. That'll just be a quick video I'll put up. I'll probably give an intro at the start of that and then leave you to it. And then we'll do Bloody Palace, guys. With all 4 characters. You got to do Bloody Palace with everybody. We can use super suits with Dante, V and Nero, but unfortunately not with Virgil. Because you still have to complete Dante Must Die with him if you want a super suit. And it's just not really necessary. That's a bit of a look ahead. Yeah, with Virgil, which is going to be spamming his Judgment Cut move, which is like very overpowered. And trust me, your thumb is going to be sore after that. But yeah, that's Hell and Hell mode done, guys. Highway to Hell. That's all the sort of main difficult trophies for getting S ranks on all the main missions. Yep, so I'll leave you to it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the Virgil playthrough.